Oh boy, that's not good. And I'm backwards. Oh, not the no tech. It's all good. So that's one of those things too. I've been trying to think about how I want to just coach this mentality or this idea of how to make reads on people. And realistically, I think one of the best analogies I can come up with is predictive text. If you're ever texting someone or using like on your phone, if you push like that middle button, it just kind of, it tries to fill in what you're going to say. So your phone learns what you want to say, right? Like if you say the same thing over and over again, like if you just say, type in the word, hey, you type in the middle button, it says, how are you doing? Or what are you up to tonight or whatever. And it doesn't guess it right all the time, but it's trying to almost complete the picture for you. And in Smash, you can do the same thing where depending on the person that you're fighting against, you can predict based on how good they are, what you think they would do, like what a good option would be. So you're going to try and cover that good option, right? Sometimes it's the obvious thing, but sometimes it's the mix-up. So I'll say, for example, when I was in that spot that I was, I've been using this like all last week and whatever for the last little bit. When I'm right here, the average player will go right there, right? As far as recovering, the average Falco player or Fox or whatever, they're in the situation where they're right here, they're gonna go right here, right? A more experienced player, I'm sure you've seen Tilde do stuff like this or Light do stuff like this, where they'll go up like that, right? Because they're predicting that the average person defending them is going to go like this, right? So now, there's two possibilities for you to now think about as far as should you go right here or should you go up here. If you know that you're fighting someone that's more experienced, what you can also do too is just jump up and go like this. You'll cover both. Right? Yeah. You can go like that. It's not as fun as getting a spike, but that would cover both. If you're sure that they're going to go high, then you can go like this, right? Or you can jump off stage and come up like that. And the idea, realistically, is if you cover that higher option right here, let's say if you're wrong and you go like this, and they do go to the ledge, you're still in ledge trapping position, right? When you run off stage, you cover the high option, which is the good option, and then you're right back here. Versus if you run off like this, if you're right, then you get them, but if you're wrong, then you're getting reversed. Right? Yeah. So it's just one of those things, like even when you're, let's say, I guess the same thing with, let's say if I'm at the ledge here, the predictive thing that you could be doing against me is if I am going for like a wall jump side B like that, you could just be going for an F smash right here. And don't wait for me to side B to see if I'm going to do it. You can predict technically like the predictive text idea saying he's going to side B as soon as he's able to. So instead of waiting for it,
like punish my wall jump.
Yeah. So as soon as I go for this wall jump right there, I'm wide open, right? I'm right here, then I'm trapped for 18 frames before I even start moving. So if you just stand right here, you say, I know you're gonna wall jump. You just go like this, you call me out completely, right?
Yeah.
So you're almost giving yourself the satisfaction of playing out the story the way that you think it's gonna happen, right? And of course, like that's one of those things too. If you're fighting someone who's not as experienced, some players don't even know how to wall jump. Some players don't even know that the character has a wall jump, so they will never ever do that, right? But a more experienced,
those options.
Yeah, exactly. But as you start to fight more and more experienced players, like when I'm fighting against Tilde, for example, I never think for a single second that I can just stand here and nothing bad's gonna happen. If I stand right here, he's either going to wall jump nair, wall jump back air, wall jump side B. He's going to wall jump, land on stage, and basically tomahawk grab. He's going to do something. So if I'm right here, I'm probably going to shield. And that's the thing, it's kind of wild. I'll shield right here and see what he does. If he tries to go for the nair, now he has to recover from like right here, right? Which is not great. So I can potentially get a kill from that, right? Or get some sort of edge guard depending on his percent. If I get a spike, then yeah, be a kill. But just by doing this, he also knows that since he's capable of doing that setup here with the nair, and most people are going to know that that's a thing now, he can now jump on stage and just come down and get a grab, right? Or he can just come down on stage and just literally roll straight through, or he can just jump right by or like air dodge past and just get on stage basically for free because the opponent is frozen here, expecting to get either naired or back aired or something like that, right? So the predictive text idea of it is just going down further and further down the line to say, he's not going to do the most obvious, like, straightforward thing every single time, so I'm not even going to think about that. Right? I don't think for a single second that he's going to just, if I'm going to stand right here, he's just going to grab ledge and then get up attack, for example. right? He's going to do something to try and reverse me. And like I was saying before, as far as when I want people to come off stage against me because I love being able to reverse people, right? If I'm out here and I haven't, like let's say if I got sent off stage and I have my jump and side B and everything, if somebody goes low, I don't just try and go over top of them and make it back to the stage, right? I'll either try and go to the stage right here and then come down like this, which I've done to you a couple times, right? Or I'll use my jump and I'll go like this and spike them as I'm recovering, right? Because what was in the opponent's head more often than not is that I am going to side B immediately to the stage, and when they run off, they're going to get that spike or their fair or whatever they want, right? So if I delay it a little bit, or let's say I go like this, if they run off stage immediately, I'll jump back out of the way, right? And then instead of just going to the ledge and then getting on stage and having that sigh of relief, I'm thinking to myself, now's my chance because I know you have to recover, right? So what I'm predicting is that if you go off stage aggressive, I'm going to jump out of the way, grab the ledge, and then either come down with fair, or if I land on stage, come down with a down air or back into the stage. If you do happen to, and this is another great example too, if you do happen to be in the situation where you're right here, I've done this a million times to Falcos. I'll run off stage like this, right? Then I'll wall jump and go for a spike. And the reason why that works is because if I go like this, I'm assuming that you're going to tech it, right? I'm assuming you're going to tech it. So I don't just go like this and then go like this and try to recover. Go like this, and I wall jump and throw out the spike immediately. Because as soon as you tech, 99% of players are going to panic, and they're going to side B immediately. Right? They side B from right here, and they get spiked, and they die. So whether or not I know that's going to happen, I'm predicting the higher level plays as a constant. So when you're thinking that you're outsmarting this person, they're trying, or I'm trying to stay one step ahead every single time. And you can continue to do the same thing as well. It will make your unpredictability so much more unpredictable. Honestly, that's all you can really say. So I guess when it really boils down to it, as far as in neutral or from the ledge or whatever, you're trying to play as crafty as you possibly can, or as methodically as you possibly can, where it's not as straightforward as saying my frame data is better, therefore I win, or my character is stronger or faster, therefore I win. It's more so I'm going to try and outsmart the other person who's holding the controller, right? Versus saying it's a character on the screen. Think of it more like a chess match, if that makes sense. Right? And that's also where, like, even from my channel, it kind of has been bothersome for me, where everyone says everything that you should do as far as combos, everything has to be true. It's like, no, it does not. If you look at, I would say like probably 70 or 80% of what Tilde does is not true combos, but it works on everyone, right? Because he catches you air dodging, or he catches you rolling, or he catches you holding shield too long. Like, he has a clip against a Bowser and a Lucario, where in the corner right here, if I can find it, I'll put it up. But he just goes like this. He just jumps in front of them like this, and they just try and grab him like 3 times in a row.
Oh, yeah.
You might have seen that before. It's like, bro.
I think the Lucario one, at least.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Is it's like, this shouldn't work, but you're fighting against someone who believes, like, based on their predictability, oh, he's close enough to grab, I'm going to try and grab him. He landed right in front of me, didn't throw something, got on shield, I'm going to try and grab him again, right? And that's just kind of, once again, he knows his spacing of his character, and he's predicting that I know you're going to go for that grab, and he's basically toying with them at that point, right? He's not even trying. But it's the idea that I can almost map out what I want my opponent to do based on knowing how they would respond to my character, or to respond to what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
So it gets pretty deep, but if you know how someone would respond to what you're doing, you can also cover the next step, as far as what I'm trying to say.